What's up, guys? Welcome back to our podcast, The Catch Can Man. We've been on a little break for the last couple of weeks, but we're back to review or recap last couple races.
Last couple weekends. And well, first of all, did you hear about the yardstick company?
No.
They're not going to make them any longer.
Okay, that one I was a little quicker on. That one actually, I didn't have to space out for 30 seconds. And then
No, it don't.
that one was easier. Okay.
Don't take
Thank
you
you
30
for bringing it down a little bit.
that didn't take 30 seconds. It's 5 seconds. No, it doesn't take them 30 seconds. Maybe 5 seconds.
In my head, it's 30 seconds. Yeah.
No, this one's right away. Okay, well, on with the show. So, back last weekend was Talladega, so we're gonna go a weekend before that, Kansas.
Okay.
Kansas, and real quick. We're mostly going to concentrate on Talladega because it's the more recent. So, but Kansas, just a quick highlight. It's the site of the closest finish in NASCAR history. So that happened a few years ago. I think. Let's see, Suarez is the one that won that race. But I mean, they were like an inch apart after 400 miles of racing. They were just an inch apart. And well, anyway, so what happened this past race? Not much. It's a pretty even keel type of race. You know, everybody spreads out and they do their pit stops. And but the headline of that weekend was, remember when the Brian Blaney? I got it right. Right, I got right. Ryan Blaney was having trouble on pit stops at a couple races. You know.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, their Jackman got replaced that weekend.
Ooh.
Yeah. So,
it was time.
It was. Yeah.
It was time.
It was.
I mean, dude was probably like just already ready to call it quits himself.
He had.
You know,
He had
at that point, you gotta be.
He had his bags.
You gotta know.
His bags packed already. Yeah. So
you gotta know.
Yeah, so that was the headlines for that weekend. He was gone, and real quick, our usual weekly rating of the command to start engines.
Let's hear it.
So the Advent CEO and his family. Well, you know,
this is for 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago at the Kansas race. I was going to give him a 4.5, Kevin James, but you know he had his. I guess granddaughters there, so we'll bump up the cuteness factors to a 5. and not much. Like I said, it's a pretty even keel type of race. Not much happened. There was a little tangle between Ryan Blaney's car and AG Allmendigger's car on pit road. You know, they had a little scuff up there, but all in all, it was a pretty clean race. And I also want to kind of do like a spotlight on teams. Well, during the race, they usually spotlight a team, and
the pit. Are you talking about the pit crew?
The pit crew, and you know how they do football. You know.
LSU. You know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, LSU middle linebacker.
Yeah.
Something like that. So they kind of do the same thing. They're doing that for
the pit crew members.
For the pit crew member, and then that weekend was Denny Hamlin's team, and it's just funny. Speaking of the tie-in with football, there's like 60 to 80 ex college football, semi-pro football players that are working the pits on pit road.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, quite a big. It's been a big turnaround as far as It used to be the mechanics that work on the cars during the shop. They would service the teams, but now they're getting actual real athletes to service the car. Lift the jack, carry the gas can over, carry the tires, stuff like.
I mean, stupid question, right? From casual fan here. How many crew members are there in a pit crew?
It's.
But, I mean, I understand. I understand there's more guys working inside the garage, but the guys that come out,
they're only allowed
to make
they're only allowed to go 7 over the wall. Only 7 guys are supposed to go over the wall.
So 7 guys. So if we're doing the math, 7 guys let's say,
Mm-hmm.
because those are going to be the guys coming over the wall that are going to be the NFL players, or
NFL
I'm sorry, football ex athletes,
ex
right?
athletes. Yeah, they're coming
So
from
that's
baseball, football.
at least what, almost 10 teams,
There's
you know?
there's 40 teams
Right,
per
right. But I'm
race.
saying 60 guys,
Oh yeah, 60
at
guys.
least
Maybe
each one of them have.
two or three. Each team has two or three ex football players, but definitely because the tire carriers, and the gas man. These guys got to be big guys because these cans are, let's see, 20 gallons. Yeah, over 100 pounds.
It'd be interesting to find out how they audition, or not audition, but try out for the
Oh, they
for
try
the
out.
squad. Oh, I'm sure they do.
They
I mean,
try.
if it's football players, but
They try out.
it'd be
Not
interesting how they get plugged into that, to try to see how these.
no. Well, some certain teams actually recruit them. So,
That makes sense.
like
Yeah.
they see somebody, kind of not a big injury, a small injury that they're out for like a couple weeks during the football season. So the crew chief or whoever, the management from the team, calls them up. Hey, you're out for a couple. You want to try NASCAR for a bit? And that's how they get them.
Yeah.
And now the word's getting around,
Right.
that are to all the collegiate football players, and semi-pro football players, baseball players, all these guys. Word's getting around that
They can have an opportunity.
they
Yeah.
probably aren't going to make it go. They're probably not going to go pro. So hey, but let's give it a shot in NASCAR.
Yeah. You gotta be. I mean, like you said, just big guy.
Big guy.
Big guy.
You
fast.
still got to be athletic.
You gotta be fast.
You still got to be athletic. Yeah. So, and that's pretty much on the highlights of on Kansas. Since it happened a couple weeks ago, it's old news now. But Tyler Reddick wins his 5th of the season. Half the races already. Talladega was the 10th race of the season, and he's already won 5. So on to Talladega, my favorite race of the year, Talladega. This is Talladega. It says so right on the grandstand. Talladega is the best. And in the last 12 races, there have been 12 different drivers. That's how awesome this race is. You don't know. Unpredictable. You don't know who's gonna win in that track. So since we're on to Talladega, the headlines of this week.
Hey, according to this kid, it was he knew he was gonna win. So.
Oh yeah, let's not. let me get. We'll get to the
right?
end. We'll get to the end of the highlights of Talladega, and we'll let you know.
According to him, he knew.
Yeah, he knew. I'll let you know who eventually won.
Right.
So first of all, we'll get to the headlines. Big Bill's grandson, Jim France, steps down as CEO of NASCAR. And Big Bill France actually was Big Bill. He was over 6 feet tall, and that's why his nickname was Big Bill, because he was over 6 feet tall and founder of NASCAR.
What are your thoughts on that change?
This new guy, Steve O'Donnell, he's making a lot of promises that's exciting all NASCAR fans, kind of like going back to our roots. And
in what ways, if you can pinpoint anything specific? Or
no, he's just saying
he's saying
that we're gonna go.
He's saying that too for all the
and then it's one thing to talk about it,
right.
But we'll see how he delivers.
Yeah.
So
very cool.
Yeah, and then on second headline, Jason Kelce,
center for the Eagles.
Yeah, Travis Kelce's, or should I say, Taylor Swift's
brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law. He actually was working the pits this past weekend. He was he wasn't over the wall. He wasn't one of the over the wall gang guys, but he was carrying the gas cans to the gas man. So yeah, it was pretty exciting to see.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting.
For what team?
Which team was he? It was real quick. I should have made a note of that, but it was just so exciting. Ooh, Jason Kelce
he's all over the place, man. That guy he knows how to hustle.
Yeah. Okay. We'll call that hustle. We'll call it a hustle.
Yeah. Okay.
And after Tyler Reddick's win at Kansas, he just before Talladega, he announced a big contract. He didn't say how many years, how much he's making, but he announced big contract with 2311. Michael Jordan's
He got
team.
an Air Jordan tramp stamp now, huh? He's locked in for life now.
I'll find out about that.
He's locked in. He ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, so big announcement there. Tyler Reddick's locked in for I don't know how long
Right.
and how much he's getting, but big announcement. Big announcement. He's excited, and you know what? I think it's good. It's going to be. I mean, they're winning half the races already, and knowing that you're locked in to a team, you're gonna be stress free. You get to concentrate on driving. Who knows how
much more success he's gonna have?
Oh my
huh?
goodness! Yeah, all the stress is
It's behind him
behind.
at that for the rest of the season. Which, considering how we were talking about it at the start of the season, how he did the previous year, right?
Oh yeah.
No, so that's what you're talking about. That stress.
The stress is not there.
That stress of having to prove yourself now. Not that he probably does that he's going to lose fire, but the stress can also bring
mistakes.
Yeah.
Mistakes. And not only that, knowing
confidence now is more
now he has confidence, which helps the team in confidence as well.
Right.
It gives the team. So I mean, as it is, that team's burning on all 8 right now. They're firing on all 8, and now this is this stress of having to prove that they're good enough, especially after last season's performance.
Right.
So who knows? When he first came onto the scene, when he was a Busch Series, O'Reilly Series champion, but it's the Busch Series. It's the lower division, kind of like AAA, in baseball. It's the O'Reilly Series now.
Mm-hmm.
When he moved up to NASCAR, I go, ooh, this kid's going to be a champion someday. And I think it's happening this year. I think it's happening. But here's another thing, too. NASCAR, the way they did the new point systems now, and that's why I like it now, because this shows it's a 36 race grind. Sometimes there's 10 races in a row, and it's a grind. You go across the country sometimes, and that's when the cream of the crop rises to the top. That's why I like the new point system. It's kind of like the old, the original type of point system. Who could be consistent the whole year? That's your champion. And that's why the best ones were Dale Earnhardt, Richard Petty, and the ones that won, 3 or 4 championships, like Jeff Gordon, Darrell Waltrip, Cale Yarborough. Those are, champions. Right. Because they could grind it out through the whole year. So that's what I'm worrying about with Tyler Reddick. He's got the stuff to win. He's awesome. He's got I think the championship not fire, but championship quality.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if he does, because like I said, it's a 36 race grind, and he's doing awesome. He opened up the season like, he broke a record 3 in a row to start the season. So we'll see in race 26, how the team is holding up. And well, that's a long headline for that one. And happy news, Alex Bowman is back. Remember, he was out 4 races with Vertigo. Vertigo. Uh-huh. He's back to racing, and
did they?
He's all
speak
cleared.
On it. Just cleared.
Yeah, he's all cleared, doing nice. Well. They did talk to him a bit,
mm-hmm.
and he says, yeah, he was appreciative with NASCAR, his owner Rick Hendrick, and his team for being patient with him and understanding what he was going through. So yeah, basically that's what they were talking about, and he's happy to be back in the car and everything cleared, checked out.
Right on.
Yeah, right on. And Bowman's back. Yeah. And there's a new rule for Talladega, which is called impeding. So after they added this rule for this race, well, it's just going to be for Talladega and Daytona. What they would do, this would happen at Daytona. is that when they would go under green flag stops, the cars that would they would come in. Not the whole field would come in for green flag stops. Like 8, 10 cars would come out, and the rest of the field would come around, and it would take about 3 laps to get back into sync again. And the cars that would just pit it, and they're barely getting up to speed, you got a whole pack of cars behind them coming out of coming out of turn 2, and these cars are barely getting up to speed. They would come across the track in front of these cars at full speed, and these cars would have to just go zigzag around the slower cars, and these cars would do it on purpose to slow down this pack so they could not lose the draft.
Right.
And this weekend, NASCAR said no impeding. That's what they're calling the rule. No impeding. Okay.
Wow.
So that's this week's headlines. And on to the start of the race. We're doing the national anthem was done by the U.S. Army Band from Fort Knox and the Redstone Arsenal. And the flyover was done by 4 F-35s from the Alabama Air National Guard. And we're going to rate this week's command again. It was done by Zach Brown. And he started off good. He was, giving, this one's going to be a good one, pumped up, and then they would
juicing it up.
And then it tweeted out. So I'm sorry, Zach Brown 5.5. Kevin James. 5.5 Kevin James.
Kevin James rating.
The Mary F. Holman
that's
rating
right.
system. and it's Kevin James's. And okay, so they did this week's spotlight. It would be Joey Logano's number 22 team, and one of the team members, like I was saying, how they would get ex ball players.
Mm-hmm.
And on this team, there's an ex umpire, ex professional baseball umpire.
Wow.
Yeah, he switched over from he was semi-pro, all the AAA leagues, and I guess, like I said, they start moving over to NASCAR when they notice that they can't make the pros. So there's an ex umpire
But I mean, that's pretty drastic change there. I mean, I guess you do have to be pretty athletic to be an umpire too.
Yeah, especially if you're
but not as much as a college football player.
No, but
so that's pretty amazing. That's impressive.
Yeah, he looked fit. He didn't, some umpires, do look. I don't want to be.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything. Okay, and so the race got underway, and there was an incident on the first set of pit stops.
Mm-hmm.
The number 19 Chase Briscoe runs into his tire carrier. He was coming in a little hot, and the tire carrier didn't have a chance to come around the car, and good thing he used the tires as a
buffer,
a little buffer, but he bounced.
Yeah.
It
probably launched him even more because of the tire.
Yeah, but
he's all right though. Right?
He checked them out. Everything's okay. He goes, hey, yeah, and of course, they say pit guys aren't tough. Hey, get run over by a car at 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll see how tough you are.
Right.
So the race went on his way, and it was they did their good stops. They were the first set of stops. There were a lot of mistakes. Some guys were speeding. Some guys like Chase Briscoe, run over his pit crew, which is a penalty, and he was pretty much out of the race after that. And once they got that out of the way, the next round of pit stops, there was maybe one guy that was speeding, so they got that out of the way, and then getting like 2/3 into the race with 73 to go, they start talking about the big one, and the big one at Talladega means a multi-car pileup because they're running in tight packs. And they're talking about the last year's pileup. Last year's big one only involved 12 cars. But the biggest one ever involved 28 cars. And as soon as they said that, guess what happened? The big one happened. I go, oh my God! And the 4 cars that were up front, they got away, but the whole field was gathered into that mess. I go, ooh, this might be the new record. But no, only 26 cars were involved.
Oh, that's all.
Yeah, the previous record was 28, so only 26 this time.
Wow.
Yeah, and of course they jinxed it.
Yeah.
And all right, so we get to the final lap of the race. There was a caution before that. So but they didn't go into overtime. So they had enough time. They cleared it up. They went into, and they were able to finish the race on schedule.
Nice.
And we have the 12th different winner in the last 12 races, and first time winner Carson the Hurricane Hocevar. His first win. So, what did you think about his celebration?
Oh, it was badass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Of course, he did the regular burnout,
Yeah.
and then he did something new. He sat on his.
He almost snapped his neck, but it was.
Oh, when he stopped, when he finally, that was scary. That was scary.
He did look like he had a little whiplash right there.
Right? It looked like, so I was wondering if I wanted to know if anyone asked him afterwards, hey, how's your neck?
Yeah. Oh, and then plus the adrenaline, you're not feeling anything in that moment.
Not that moment.
Yeah.
Not that moment.
Oh, that was awesome though.
Yeah, great.
But his interview after was what
you were talking about
earlier. Referring to earlier was
yeah.
making me laugh because he said
he was sure.
Right? He knew he was going to win that.
Guaranteed it.
Yeah.
One of those.
The most unpredictable race, but he was sure he was going to win it.
Yeah, even though like Ryan Blaney, all the Fords are at Talladega, the Fords are favored.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, and he drives a Chevy. So.
Yeah.
But
good for him.
It's good to say that when you won the race.
After the fact, yeah.
After the fact.
That's good timing.
Yeah. They did their victory lane celebrations and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So they went afterwards. There's coincidentally, they went to Chili's to celebrate. They took the winner's trophy. Coincidentally, it's their sponsor on their car. So they went to celebrate at Chili's. They took the trophy with them, and they were having a good time all night.
They did the whole Talladega Nights remake.
Yeah,
that scene where
the scene at Chili's. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we'd have to see their individual Instagrams to see what happened there actually. Anyway,
see if he got the lap dance like in the movie.
And with this win, he's been on a tear too. So he was like, last couple races, he was like out of contending for the championship. With this last couple races, he's done a couple top 10s, and with this win, it's moved him into the 7th in points. Tyler Reddick
nice
still
little run for him.
Yeah, good little run for him. He's up. He's in the top 10 in points. Tyler Reddick still, got a phenomenal
dominating.
Lead. Oh yeah, 110 points over Denny Hamlin. But it was it's been a good run for Carson Hocevar, and I think he's gonna
have a nice little.
He's gonna have he's gonna have a good season. Nice. He's gonna have a good season. I don't think like I said, if Tyler Reddick continues, he could have 1 or 2 mulligans if he continues his run. Well, he kind of did in Talladega. He finished 14th, but he wrecked early in the race. He was in the pits like 15 times, not 15 times, but he was like constant, and he still finished 14th. So that
shows consistency. That shows that grit, that grind that you're talking about.
That's exactly what I'm talking
being able to grind throughout.
Championship caliber kind of performance. When you have a bad day, how are you gonna finish? Are you gonna just give it up, park the car, or are you gonna actually grind it out all 36 races?
Yeah, he's definitely proved that.
He definitely proved it at Talladega, because there was no way. I'm surprised he stayed on the lead lap to finish 14th. And after the big wreck, after 26 cars involved in the wreck, 20 cars were still on the lead lap. Yeah, only 20 cars were still on the lead lap after 20s. You would think only 10 cars would be on the lead lap after 26. But hey, there was a lot of at Talladega. you were coming out of turn 4. You could say throw a blanket over them because you don't know who's going to wind up at the finish line because they're coming out of turn 4. They still got the whole tri-oval to get through, and they're still wrecking to get to the finish line. So even I've seen someone in 14th, like Tyler Reddick,
Right.
everybody wrecking in front of him, and he just finds a hole on the final stretch, the last 100 feet of the track, winds up winning the race. So Talladega's they call it the wild card, right? They call it the wild card, so you never know who's going to win there. And as far as side notes, that's pretty much. Well, I won't get to side notes right now, but as far as we're pretty much the recap of last couple weeks, and there's a couple announcers on Fox, and it's Clint Boyer. He's a character, and Jeremy McMurray. He's an ex Cup driver, and he's had a few victories too. They're coming back to racing. They're going to get back in the trucks. They're gonna
right on.
Yeah, Clint Boyer's gonna race at Dover, and Jamie McMurray's gonna be at San Diego.
Who else did you mention with the truck racing?
Oh, Tony Stewart raced at Talladega. Daytona.
Okay,
Tony
it
Stewart
must have been Tony Stewart.
Tony Stewart came back to do one off at Daytona for the trucks. Out of retirement. All these guys are coming out of retirement to do a one off for the trucks.
Nice.
So this is what I've been waiting for. It is the month of May. It is the month of May. For race fans, it's the best month of the year. Of course, it's called the month of May. Duh. But when you're talking about racing, you say it's the month of May.
Mm.
Oh, because, we got, first of all, they're racing. The Cup guys are going to be at Texas. And at the month of May for the Cup guys, they have the All-Star race. And they have the longest race of the year, the World 600. They keep changing the spot. It's the Coca-Cola 600, but I know it as the World 600. They race, and they threw in Watkins Glen. And usually they had a weekend off before the All-Star race, and then they went to the World 600. It's the longest race of the year. They run 600 miles, and a little story on that. They run it on the Memorial Weekend. Every weekend, they would compete when NASCAR first started racing Charlotte, because Charlotte is considered their home base. All their teams are surrounded at Charlotte, and when they would run Memorial Weekend, in order to compete with the Indy 500, they said our race is longer. We're going to run an extra 100 miles longer. So and they called it the World 600. Anywho, so that's real quick. On the World 600, why they run 600 miles. And also the Indy cars are in Indianapolis. We're home of the Indy 500, which they call the greatest spectacle in racing.
Nice.
And they start already. They're in Indy because it's the month of May. They're in Indy because it's the month of May. And I'm going to say it again. They're in Indy because it's the month of May. So they're going to start practicing, and they're going to have qualifying, and before that, in between all that, they run a road course at Indianapolis.
Wow.
Before the Indy 500, and to top it off, 6 years out of 7 years, they also run Monaco. This year it's an off. Monaco is going to be the weekend after this, then, but 6 years out of 7 years, Usually Monaco also runs the same day as the Indy 500, the World 600, and it's just amazing. Memorial Weekend.
You're gonna implode with excitement.
It's the month of May, people. It's the month of May, and
awesome.
Yeah, it just literally brings a tear to my eye. How exciting it is.
Heck yeah.
Exciting.
We're gonna have a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm done with today's podcast.
Yeah. Lots of information.
Oh, thank you. Hopefully, everybody likes and subscribes. And can I also, I want to also, I guess, give a shout out to other YouTube channels I really enjoy watching. like there's this one channel called Scammer Payback, and it's really enjoying. And if you have loved ones out there, you either watch it or have them watch it, because it's horrible what these people are doing to these our older
Elderlies.
our parents or grandparents or whatever. They steal their life's work,
Savings.
their life savings. It's horrible.
Yeah, we gotta check it out.
Check it
I
out.
haven't watched it, but
Yeah.
you've been telling me about it. I gotta link in.
Yeah, it's good. It's good education. Good education. And I guess maybe I'll be letting you know what channels I like. I guess.
Throwing out some of your interests. Yeah, you got some good ones.
Throwing some of that. But the most important,
The one that I think would be kind of related to the listeners is that one where they're those commentating the Hot Wheels.
Yeah,
Was it? It is Hot Wheels, right?
Yeah, okay, I'll do that on my.
That one's hilarious. So
It is hilarious.
we could drop the
Okay, I'll
their
next
channel too. That'd be awesome.
next podcast. I'll mention what channel that is, but it is hilarious. It's,
I like that.
I love it. I love it. Well,
I gotta show Leo that one.
Okay.
I gotta show my son that one. Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be funny.
yeah, I don't want to get into it because I'll explain it on the next podcast. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put a note down.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
All right,
All right.
guys.
All right. See you guys next time.